Hey everyone, how are you? I see we've got a lot of people from all over the world, from Slovenia, the UK, Mexico, Turkey. So glad you could join us. And snowing, raining. Here it is cloudy and cold, so not very fun weather here today. But as I've said, that's why we have Blender, so we don't have to go outside. So today I want to work on this little guy to put on the table here. And then I think I'll be ready to begin taking everything into Unity via a Substance Painter. And so I've got let's see, I've got this and the table and the chair and this over here that I'm going to create today. And so all of those will be able to take into Unity. And I've got Unity up over here. It's beginning to look pretty good. That's not too bad. But I think once we get a few more lights in here, maybe a few more. I was also thinking I could increase the ambient lighting in here as well. Let me just try that while we're here. This ambient intensity. Could bring that up just a bit. Let's take it up to 3 and see what happens. That may be a little too bright. Let me take it down to 2. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, we'll play a little bit with that in Unity as well, I hope. We'll see how long this takes. AV Gaming says, I started learning Substance Painter because of you, and I am amazed. It is. It's pretty cool. I am amazed in that it's really so easy. And I wish I was somehow getting a commission from Substance Painter, but I'm not. It's just I'm just using it and trying it out, and so far I'm enjoying it. So I'm glad you are too. All right, so let's start off on a new layer here. And I want to create this thing. And I think maybe I'll start up here. This is going to be a sphere, obviously, I think. But how to get this little cylindrical piece coming out of it. I mean, I could just, put a cylinder there. But I kind of want to work on getting that actually coming out of the geometry. There are ways to do it, and I'm going to try it. Let's see if I can. Sphere. I don't need this many sides once again. Although it's, well, let me go with 24 here. Let's see how that works. And if I tab into edit mode, I can probably get rid of, with the border select tool, here we go. With the border select tool, maybe get rid of these. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, that's looking fairly much like that, I think. Okay. So now, if we went over to this side, and if I just selected these 4 faces here, let's try this. Or should I select, maybe I'll select these 4 here. Let's try that. It feels like it's bigger though. It feels like it's, now I'm going to have to think. I hate when that happens. Well, let's try this. I'm going to try these. Yeah, let's try this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and insert a cylinder into a patch of square polygons. And it's just a good thing to know how to do. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to delete those faces. And then I'm going to select this edge in here and pop the cursor into that hole there. And then I want to create a cylinder, and this has 8 sides to it. So I'm going to, let me do this. I'm going to create a cylinder here like this. I'm going to need a triangle fan here, and I'm going to need 8 sides like that. Now I'm going to spin it around the X, and I can get rid of all of this because I don't need anything except that top part. So I can border select all of this and get rid of this. Now I'm going to move that cursor to the geometry, scale this down, and fit this inside that hole there. So there we go. Move that into here. Rotate it. Scale it so it fits right in there. There we go. So now what I'm going to do, let me move that in just a little bit more like that. There we go. So now what I want to do is combine these two with Control J. And then, now when I tab into edit mode, I can get to both of these. And I'm going to select this edge, and then bridge edge loops. Let's see if that works. Look at that. Now I've got a round piece coming out of square square polygons. So that's just a nice trick if you haven't seen that one before. All right, now I'm going to take this and extrude this out. So I just want to extrude in the Y like this. And then I want to flatten that up in the Y, so SY, and flatten that up. There we go. There we go. So now that's that piece right there. Let's see, what else? I think I want to just extrude that out and scale it in just a smidge, like that. And then extrude this out. And I want to round this off as well. So I think I'll just start scaling them in just a bit like this. Kind of like that. There we go. All right. So now this is a little bit too wide, I think. I like the size from this angle, but I feel like that's just too, I don't know. Well, why not? Let's go ahead and go with that. I feel like it would be, it's hard to know, but I feel like it would be narrower along the sides here. Well, let's keep going and see what we can do with it. I'll move this up. Yeah, I guess so. This part is still a little too big, isn't it? So maybe if let me see if I can get this area. Let me see if I can just get this area scaled down just a bit. Or am I fighting a losing battle now that I've added that on? Let's see. Maybe fighting a losing battle here. Well, let's see. I just want it to be a little bit narrower, but I don't want to do all that again. Maybe I just want too much here. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to go with it the way it is, and let's see how it works. All right. So the next part is this guy down here. And let's see. I'm going to put the origin to there and move that over here like that. And then I guess this guy would be a cylinder that would kind of expand out as I scaled it, I bet. Oh, it looks like an igloo. Yes, it does, with a big cannon. With a protective cannon shooting out the door there. Let's see. I want to add a new cylinder here. And do I need, I feel like I need a little bit more than 8 sides for this. Let's go with 12. See how that works. And I'm going to, well, I should have gotten rid of the cap fill at the beginning, but I'm just going to select these and get rid of them now because I don't want them in the way as I'm trying to do this. So I'm going to scale this down. Something like this. There we go. So that's the beginning of this piece right there. And let's try and scale this out just a smidge like that. And extrude this down. Scale it out again. And extrude this down one more time and scale it out yet again. And then there we go. Now this part, I think what I can do is extrude this straight down. And then what I need to do is select faces and extrude them out. Let's see if I can do this. This kind of thing is always, I don't know, kind of fun, I think, to try and figure out how to do things like this. There we go. Now, I'm going to go to the top view here and let's, or maybe even a quad view. Let's do that. So we got top, front, here we go. Let's do this. So we've got a quad view here. Now, let's see if I can extrude and scale out, or should we try individual origins? Let's try that. So E, no, that's not going to work. Let's go back to median point. Yeah, see, I'm not liking how that's, although I can scale and move, but I don't want to scale in the Z. So S Shift Z, I can scale out, move a bit, and then hit E, scale out a bit, move it some more, and maybe one more. Let's try it. Yeah, maybe one more. Let's scale out and move it forward again, like that. Okay, now it almost looks like I could take these faces and extrude them back as well. Let's try that. Like this. Let's scale in. I don't know. Kind of works. Well, let's see. Now, we aren't going to be able to get all that. I'm not going to go in and sculpt all that, detail in there. That's just not going to happen for something like this. But let's see. Maybe we can work a bit with these guys here. Kind of scale these out a little. Yeah, so I don't think it needs to be that tall. Maybe I can bring that up. Nope. Oh, there's still a bottom down there. I don't need that. Let me grab all of these things. Don't need all of these. And you can press the middle mouse button to deselect when you're in circle select. So I'll just grab those. And then now I should be able to grab that edge and move it up a bit like that. There we go. So it isn't quite so deep. And then move that down like that. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So there's that. I'm going to close this off here, and then we can use a path or Bezier or some sort of thing to create this piece right here. Let's try that. Okay. And then, oh, please do the sculpt detail. No, no, that's too much. I don't want to do that right now. Let's see. Because this is going to be so small in the scene. I just need a source of light over that table in the cargo hold. All right, so now let's create a path, a curve path. I'll rotate it around the Z. There we go. And I should be able to, let's see, if I move this about like this and then grabbed this, just moved it over here, and then grabbed this and moved it over here, how would that work? Well, not too bad. Let's see. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's adjust that. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, so let's just go with that then, right there. And then let's add the tubing here. And click and drag there on the, there we go. I feel like it needs a little more resolution maybe. Is that too much? Well, it's not bad. All right. So there's the basis of the lamp. I'm going to have to put some sort of inside in here, and maybe even some sort of a bulb as well, because you might just see it like that, like just barely see the underside there. So I better do that. All right, I'm going to give this... I could use solidify, but then it's going to solidify everything in there. Well, what I could do is just select an edge here, and I've done this before. It's kind of cheating, but it isn't bad. I think I'll go ahead and extrude this out just a little. Bring it down a hair, and then extrude it down. So I have kind of that edge right there. And then scale this in. Bring it up. Like this. And just kind of close this off in here. Doesn't need to be perfect there. There we go. And extrude, and then I'll just merge it at the center. There we go. So it just gives us a little bit of an inside there. And then I need some sort of a bulb type thing. Let me just begin with another UV sphere. Let's take it down to 16 and 12. So it's still got quite a bit there. How about 8 and 8? That'll probably work. Spin it around the X. And for this, I'm going to want it to be kind of like that. You know? That in there. And then we should be able to take all of this, perhaps? Let's see, all of this. No, this. And that. Now let's try this. I'm going to extrude this, pull it back, scale it down, and then extrude this straight back like this. And then delete those faces. Something like that. Yeah, that's all we need there. And this will be kind of glowing in Unity. All right, so now, can we smooth this, or is it just going to be horrible? Let me smooth that. That's not bad. Can we smooth this without it being awful? Oh. Okay, I'm pleasantly surprised. This, I believe, is already smoothed. And this, let's try this. Not great, but I think I can live with it. All right. And then we need to change this to polygons, Alt-C, to a mesh. There we go. So now that's like that. All right. So this now we're going to call done. Do I need a chord on it? No, I don't think I need a chord on it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go there. Not right now. So what we need to do is UV it. Let's just combine the whole thing with Control J, and I want to put the cursor down there at the 3D cursor, so that's our pivot point down there. Let's go ahead and put it to size. Let's put it on the table there. Whoa, monster. Let's rotate it, scale it, and let's get it about to the size it's supposed to be. It's still a little big, huh? How about that? Let's put it on the table. And let me turn on wires so we can see it. Is that going to work? I think that's going to work. That looks about right. About the right size to go on there. Okay. All right. Let's now take it and let's make sure the scale and rotation is applied. It is not, so let's do that. Rotation and scale. And now let's UV it. Go to UV editing screen layout. Let me isolate it on that layer. There it is. Let's see what we can do with this. Now, I may just smart UV project it, right? Yeah, but where would I plug it in? I know, in the in the cargo hold, where do you exactly plug something like that in? Well, I'm going for mood. I may have to like string a create a cable across the floor from the back wall. These things are just now occurring to me. I mean, I go with the mood of the thing. That's what I have in my head, you know, the pools of light and everything. And so we'll see. Let me try Smart UV Project. Let's see what we come up with. Well, got a lot of stretching over here. Now I'm just going to be putting a single texture on it, but still I'm having trouble letting that go. So let me press Shift H to isolate that. And I think what I want to do is add some seams. I'll mark a seam here, mark a seam there to break that out, and I'll mark a seam right down underneath here as well. See if I can get to that edge. And control click that edge. That'll connect those two and mark a seam there. Now let's try just select just that piece, and unwrap it. Okay, it's a little better. Control A, Control P to pack it all in. I feel like these things are causing a problem. Let me increase this just a bit and see what happens. See, I like... All right, 0.05. Let's try that. That's too much. 0.02. I like that, but now let's try and get this arranged. So let me... Gotta select all that again. This, I feel like could go right up in here with that one. And then these. I don't know. I'm not really gaining a whole lot there, am I? Let's see what happens if I... No, I'm really not. Let me try that again. Control P. No, let me undo that. Control A. Well, that's still about the same. All right, well, maybe it knows it knows best. I'll go ahead and let it be like that. All right. So, there is our lamp. Now for the lamp, let's go ahead and just, while we're on this, let's go ahead and work on this with the Vertex paint tool. Let me just see if anybody... Bezier curve. Oh, I could have used a Bezier curve instead of a path. It's true. Is apply location used for anything, or just scale? Apply location is sometimes used when you're rigging a character. So sometimes that is used, but not a lot. So yeah, it is amazing how many things apply scale and rotation will help. So if you're ever having problems with things looking weird, and someone pointed out that yesterday when I was working on this chair, I could have applied this scale when I had the path still available, and I would have gotten rid of this squishing. They are absolutely correct, but I'm gonna just go with it. All right, so for this Vertex paint, let's go take a look. I'm going to select this piece right here, and I'm going to turn off the seam there. Now let's go over to Vertex paint and turn this little guy on, and that now selects the bulb there, and I'll make the bulb green. I've got green selected, so Shift K and that'll be green. Everything else can be its own, the same material now, so that's all going to be like a brass, I think, an aged brass. So let's go back to Vertex paint, and we'll make that a blue. Shift K. There we go. So now we've got the object. Does it have a name? It probably does not have a name yet. I want to name it. We'll call this table lamp. And I would like to create a material for it as well. And I'll call that table lamp. Okay. Oops. There we go. We have a name, a material. What else? We have the Vertex paint. I think we're good. So now let's take it, let's take it into, there we go. Let's take it into Substance Painter and see what we can do with it. So I'll export this out with an FBX, and I'll call it table lamp. I'll choose selected object and export it out. And there it goes. Okay, so now over to Substance Painter. File new. Let's bring that in wherever I put it. Exports. Maybe table lamp. There we go. Okay. That's another table lamp. Okay. Where did I put it? Okay, I gotta go back to Blender and make sure I know where I'm putting this thing. Let's export of FBX. So clearly I make a lot of table lamps. Oh, it's under cargo hold. Okay. Let's try that again. That's from the apartment scene. Wrong table lamp. Cargo hold. Table lamp. There it is. Okay. Let's try that. Yes. Now, I need to bake the textures, and I need an emissive, although let's see if they have it. Well, let me go ahead and bake these and make sure my ID is set to Vertex color. And there we go. Don't crash on me now, computer. All right, there we go. Now, I need some sort of a brass texture. I've got brass pure. I've got gold, and I could add some iron rust to it. But you know, let's go over. I was just over at Game Textures. Here we go, gametextures.com. Yes, I subscribed. I did, just so I could play. Let's go into materials here and see what kind of a brass substance they have. Search textures. Let's see what they have. Taken away. So I went ahead and subscribed to this. I think it's $10 a month. Ooh, look at that. I like it. Yeah, it's 10 a month. So I'm trying it. I do this. I subscribe to just about everything. So I'm going to try it and see how it is. I just subscribed like a week ago or something. Yeah, let's take a look at this. PBR specular, PBR metallic, or substance. I think that's what I want. Yeah, let's do that. I like how it looks. Download starting. Okay, so let's try this. Oh, people are talking about Lumberyard and CryEngine. I have not played with CryEngine, and Lumberyard is only for Windows, or else I would at least play with it. All right, so let's go back into Substance Painter, and let's bring in that substance, import resource. Let's try that. Add resource. All right, probably in my downloads. There it is, metal aged brass. It's a zip though. I don't think I can bring in a zip. Let me go back to my downloads and open that up here. There we go. So I've got this. There it is. So actually, I bet I could just click and drag this right in, right? Yep, looks like it. Undefined. This is going to be a base material. And I'm going to import it into, well, actually, I'm going to import it into the shelf. I want it there for other projects, so I'll just click import, and there it is. All right. So let me create a group. I'll call this brass. And doesn't look brassy. Well, let's try it. I'll drag it up into the group. See what it does. Actually, that's just about what I wanted. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's isolate it to that color. There we go. Actually, that's not too bad. Look at that. All right. Now, the bulb. So what I've got to do is, I'm pretty sure I need to add an emissive channel to this. And let me see if I can remember how to do that. I think I've done this before. Bulb? No, let's try that again. Okay, so, and for the bulb, I'll use some sort of a plastic. Got plastic glossy and plastic material. I'll just use this glossy for now. And I'll pick that green. So there it is. I don't want it to be blue. So let's change that to more of a white-ish, like that. All right, that looks pretty good as is, but I want it to glow. We'll call this table lamp. I'll call it 2 since I have that other one in there. Now, I've got a normal, a height, rough, metal, and color, but I don't have an emissive, and I need that. So, I think I can add a channel here. Here it is. And now I get an emissive channel over here. And then, can I make that glow? Look at that. There you go. Kind of want a yellowish glow though. Let's find a yellowish glow here. Kind of like that. Let's see how that works. Yeah, so that will, like if you see it like this, you'll see it kind of glowing in there. Yeah, let's try that and see. Let's take it in and see. But I kind of want, the bulb needs a metal base. You are right. Yeah. All right, well, I may go back, but let's keep going here and see if I can get this to work. I kind of want to put it on the table. So maybe I should texture the table real quick. Well, let's go ahead and take it into Unity and see. So I'm going to export the textures here. We need a Unity 5. There's our emission 2048. I'll call this table lamp. Doesn't look like I have a table lamp folder in here, but just in case I'll call it 2. And then I'll export these out. And let's see if this works. So back in Unity, what I want to do is bring that X in. Old, wasn't it? There we go. Bring that in. And there it is. Okay. Now I want to bring that those exported textures in. Where are they? Here we go. And let's bring that down in here. Now, there they are. Let's go ahead and start doing this. Let's Bring in the albedo. Whoa! That wasn't right. Let's make sure and choose the lamp. Let's try that again. There we go. The emission I'm going to put right there. The metallic goes up here. And the normal, don't have much for normal, but I'll go ahead and put it in. Okay, so there it is. And the bulb isn't glowing a whole lot. However, if we put a light bulb, a point light in there, yikes. Those gizmos are a little bit too big. Let me turn the gizmo way down. Like that. There we go. So if I put this in here, will that help any? No, I don't feel like it's glowing like it should. You know what I mean? And I have the emission. Let me take a look if I can turn that emissive. Oh, I didn't get it in there. Well, no wonder. What happened? There. Okay. Yeah, that works. Let me delete this now and... Oh yeah. So that gives us a nice glowing thing. Like if we're just going to see it like this, and then I put a spotlight down underneath that, that's not too bad. I like that. I like that. That's nice. Okay. Good. I'm going to organize this real quick. Folder. Call this table lamp. There we go. Get these textures into here. And then get that folder into the textures folder. There we go. Nice and tidy. Now, let's go back to Blender and let's export that table out and see if we can texture that thing here. So this as well, I've got to break out into the Vertex colors now, don't I? I want to get this image back so I can know what is what. So it looks like, is that just all? Oh, so it looks like the side of the table is like a plastic, and then everything, and maybe these corner caps are plastic, and then everything else is either this veneer or metal. Oh, or the bolts there as well. All right, we can do that. Have I UV mapped it? Oh, I did. Great. Sometimes I forget. Okay. So we tab into edit mode. I'm going to go ahead and select this piece, and I'll go to Vertex Paint. And let's make this, yeah, I'll go ahead and use that blue, Shift K. And also these pieces here. Let me tab back into edit mode and let's select this whole thing, Shift H to isolate it. Now I just want to select these and maybe Control plus. Is that going to do it for me? Yeah, that'll do it. So for these, let's go with the green. Let's go with this one over here. Shift K. Then we can maybe get these two. And this one over here. There we go. Okay, so back to here. Why don't I go ahead and grab these while I'm here? It looks like it'd just be easier. And this will be red. We'll have the metal part be red. And then I'll press Alt-H to bring everything else back. This bottom, I could make this that blue, because we're probably never going to see it. In other words, this black material, I could do that. I don't think we're ever going to see the bottom of that. Now the rest of it needs to be a metal material. So I'll just go through and grab all of these with the L key. Oh, except for these guys down here. Okay. There's little feet on the bottom of these right here. So let's get these taken care of first. So that's the metal. So and now those feet. Oh, I didn't grab all of this down here. Let me do that. That's supposed to be red down there. Okay. And these little feet guys, we could how do I want to do that? I guess I'll just Alt click and then Control up, and those are going to be orange, because that's going to be some sort of a different kind of material there. Oh, don't do that. Shift K, not H. And then Shift K. And then one of these over here. Okay. Now, I think I have everything there, don't I? Oh, looks like I didn't grab those on the very bottom. So these things right in here, I'll just Alt-click. Nope, Alt-click there. There we go. And then that should be red. Whoops. Red. There we go. Okay. Now, the top. I need some sort of vertex color for the top. So maybe we've got blue, green, red, orange. How about yellow? I'll add that here. Shift K, there we go. So there we've got our vertex colors. Oh, and there's even more. Man, this table is more complex than I thought it was. We need something for the little metal pieces here. Maybe let's give it a nice pink. There we go, or mauve, or I don't know what that is. So let's do these here. And there we got that. And then over here should be it. In there. And and just hit the L key right there as well. There we go. So that should be it, right? Yes. So let's save that. Let's get out of here into object mode. Let's give it a name. We'll call this folding table. We'll give it a material. There we go. Let me look at the scale. You know, I could probably zero out the Y. Let me take a look at this. Let's get that back into the center. And then I could apply the scale. Move the pivot point to the 3D cursor. There we go. Okay. Now, let's get it out of here as an FBX, selected object. I'll call it folding table. All right. Well, I think I am going to have to say I'm not going to be able to get this table in there today. I'm going to have to call it quits here for today. But for tomorrow, we can plan on opening this up in a Substance Painter. See if we can find a nice veneer. Maybe I can find it over here in GameTextures.com. I wonder if I just type veneer, what happens? I'm just curious. Oak veneer. I don't know that I like that. How about just wood? See what happens. Woodland rough camouflage. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's taken a while that we can use. If not, a painter. But we will do that tomorrow. So have a great day, and I'll see you then. Well, take care.